Hello, and welcome to another Porter's Transformers review. Today we're going to be looking at a newer figure today. I've been slacking off on, slacking off on my Transformers reviews. So I'm a little bit behind. I want to get the newest figures out of the way so I can just do the older ones like Jetblade, Hailstorm, Sidearm, Sideswipe, and Pterodive, and Scourge, Cup, Bumblebee, Perceptor, Optimus. So, yeah, he is part of Wave 2, which is, along with these three other figures, it has set up 4. Realistic Wave 2 consists of Bumblebee, the Generation 2 Laser Rod Optimus Prime homage, however you say that word. Reveal a Shield Perceptor, which is basically a Class X representation of Perceptor. He has an Earth mode this time. And Reveal a Shield Wreck-gar, which is probably is my favorite of the wave, but I like all the figures. That's why I have all the figures. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, of course, are the shell formers. I think we all know that now, that Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are the most popular characters in Transformers right now because of the movie. At least the most popular Autobots, along with probably Sideswipe or something. But like out of the two most recognizable names in Autobot Transformers history would be them two. And then, you know, the Class X representations of Wreck-gar and Perceptor, which probably the most sought after figures. But they're all really awesome figures, and I recommend getting all of them, if not multiple versions of Wreck-gar, because of the whole gimmick he has. If you have another Wreck-gar, he has tabs on each side of his crotch, I guess you can say, and they tab in. There's two rectangles on the seat, so he can actually ride another Wreck-gar in bike form, just like in the cartoon when one would fall over and it transformed into a motorcycle, and then another one would jump on and ride it. You know, it's what you want to say? It's making good use of an alt mode, at least of a motorcycle mode, because he's one of the better motorcycle modes we've had in a while. He's one of the best motorcycles we've ever had, actually. You can see the kickstand actually swings forward this time. Most motorcycles toys that I've had as a kid and everything, the Masto, I don't know how you said M-A-I-S-T-O. Anyway, they're die-cast motorcycles, and you know, G.I. Joes could ride them or whatever. Their kickstands would vary from swinging back and then swinging out from under and going back under, but never forward. This is the first time, it's a minor thing. I mean, it's so different. It's like how do I want to say it? It's unique. That's how cool it is. And yeah, he's got some flames. That's pretty cool. I like flames actually, so I don't really. You can put pretty much anything with flames except for Bumblebee, of course. Well, okay, maybe not everything on flames, but he pulls it off. And Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime pulls it off, or the movie Prime, really. So. Nice license plate, even though it doesn't say anything on it, but I'm sure Reputable Labels will probably have something to put on there. If not them, then I'll just make a sticker and put it on there myself. But I like how the weapon forms the exhaust. I know everyone that I know that has this figure, or that I've heard, likes the way the weapon isn't, and I agree. It is pretty cool how it utilizes in vehicle mode. And yeah, you can see the hands right there, and you can can see the face under. You can actually turn the face around, but his trader style mustache and goatee are actually made of a softer plastic. So at the risk of breaking them, as you can see, they're bendy. At the risk of breaking them, I'll just keep them like this, because it doesn't really bother me. And he's got the rub sign on his windshield here. All you have to do is rub it. And rub it. And it actually works now that I actually have a light to use. As you can see. Kind of funny thing I just noticed, the lamp is orange. As you can see, it's orange. Just like Wreck-gar. It's a Wreck-gar lamp. It's a Junkian lamp. No. Anyway, overall, really cool alt mode. And my camera was out of focus. But it's, you can basically tell where everything goes. I mean, his head's right there, his chest, his arms, his legs are right here, and his crotch right there, and his back part of his lower back. Anyway, time to transform him. First thing you want to do is unclip the exhaust, which is the weapon, which is the, I guess now appropriately named the pinwheel of death, I guess. I kind of like calling it that sometimes, but kind of does look like a pinwheel, but it's an axe. So, and you know, it doesn't look like your traditional axe, really, or anything I've ever seen of an axe. It kind of looks like a ninja star on a stick, kind of like a pinwheel, actually. But since he's a Junkion and he makes weapons out of random parts and stuff, this weapon's not, you know, the worst thing you would think. It actually kind of fits Wreck-gar pretty well, actually. So, and the side of it here, right there, plugs into the wheel and doesn't prevent it from spinning. So, thumbs up, Hasbro, for that. So, first thing you want to do, is take that weapon out and flip it out and make it into the weapon. Now what you want to do is you want to slowly, as you can see, slowly pull out the back one. You'll see this little rectangular peg fits into this little thin rectangular slot. You're just going to move it so it's all the way out, and then fold it off to the side. And you see that rectangle right here? And you see that peg, well, guess what happens? It plugs in. Another thing I forgot to mention real quick, there is a 3mm clip point right here on the back. Right there, if you want to put something there. It's kind of like a rack for luggage, pretty much like some bikes have, so. You can put a weapon on there, you know, he's traveling with some weapons instead of luggage. Don't go to the airport with Wreck-gar. Please do not. Another thing you want to do is you want to separate, unplug these shocks here. You can see the hole right there, and there's a peg in there, and it's kind of tricky. And when putting him into vehicle mode, you just have to make sure his arms are out of the way and everything's lined up right, and it will fit fine. I know FX Franz, I think that's how you say his name, FXFRANZ, subscribe to him. I remember his review and he was having trouble lining that up, and it's actually just a matter of lining up the arms in the positioning, the right position. Basically just doing some fiddling with them, really. And once you have that unpegged, you can actually unlatch the legs. You want to pull that out, extend the legs out, really. Just flip that around. And here's the hard part. You want to peg in the hips, and there's these tiny pegs on the side. I don't really think my light will actually let me go in there. And I kind of feel weird for doing this, but you have to hear that snap. You have to plug these in, and they are tight. And getting them out is even harder. So I really recommend you be very careful around his crotch area. Oh, I wanted to avoid that so much, but I could not. Then you want to rotate the waist and rotate the legs forward. and straighten out the toes here. On here you just want to push up on the windshield and fold in and they will kind of like smack into the rubber handlebars, which I do kind of have a problem. They might get warped. As you can see, they are this salty, soft plastic, but mine are fine. They don't really bother me as much. And then you want to flip this around. Now, he does have ball jointed ankles, so if you wanted to have him to have these single toes, that's entirely up to you. You can do that, but I like having him have two-toed feet because they're pretty much identical. And you can see his web signs going off right now. It's just going all crazy because of the light. Which is cool because, you know, it usually doesn't work now. He's getting tall now, so yeah. Rotate this up. Now, what you want to do is all you need to do is untab. I see this little rectangle right here and plugged into that hole. You want to untab these. Flip. Make sure the kickstand is down so it's out of the way. And you see that gray tab. There's a hole on the side of the engine piece, and you just plug that in, and then just straighten the arms out. Plug it in, straighten the arms out, flip the head up, and then you have an option of unpegging the front wheel, which is on a ball joint on the other side, to kind of represent his shield. That was on his arm. And then you can take this weapon of his here and pop it in his hand. And there you have Reveal the Shield Wreck-gar in robot mode. And I really am impressed with the robot mode. I love the asymmetry he has. Just if you can see, like this leg and this leg are completely different. Like this arm is a little bit different than this arm. Is actually a lot different. It's just the overall, you know, way they engineered this figure is very, very impressive for me. The one gripe I do have is that his hands are a little too tight. So you might see that. I don't know if you can see that little crease. It's probably a little bit more prominent in this one. If you can, and you see that light orange crease there. That's actually not from me putting bigger weapons in his hands. That's from me he's putting his regular weapon in his hand. So you have to watch out for that. They don't look like they're gonna go completely through the plastic and cut his fingers off. But I just say just be careful. And I know most of you collectors, if not all of you, are careful anyway. Just be a little bit extra careful. As for articulation goes, he's got a ball jointed head, but due to his goatee and mustache, it can be limited if you don't want to bend the goatee or mustache. And you know, shoulders are on ball joints. You get a full 360 swivel. A very good, due to transformation, the way his arms transform, he's got pretty good elbow articulation and full 360 wrist articulation. Full 360 at the waist, and it does go a little bit up and down. And the legs go forward, back, out to the side, 360 at the upper part of the thigh. Those legs are pretty good. Due to transformation again, they can, you know, bend, you know, pretty far. His feet are on ball joints and hinges because they open and close for transformation, as you can see. And same on this leg, just this leg has double joints because of the transformation, but you can only use really one of them, like this, because the other one goes the other way, and you can break his leg if you want to. But no, and the same thing on this leg. Although this, the windshield part does like to come down sometimes, but you just push that back up and, you know, everything's fine. Now, as for the paint job, I really like it. I think they captured, you know, his colors pretty well. Yeah, sure, he's got that gray plastic again, but, you know, what are you gonna do? at least they did what they did. Really like the head sculpt too. I wish his antennas were painted though, but that's something I can do pretty easily. And he does have light piping. It's just painted over with the red paint, if you can see. He's got a nice face too. That's another thing. I like his sneer, like his little quirky little smile, like he should have, you know. And he's got, you know, the little antennas, you know, the nipple cannons, I guess some people have called them already, but and he does have a clip point on his back, and there's a clip point on the weapon too, and you can have this on his back if you want, if he's like running and or something. And see, there's one more thing I needed to mention, but I did not, and I cannot remember what it was about this figure. Other than that, he's really awesome and really cool. And I definitely recommend him. But I just cannot think of what that was. Of what that was. I was trying to think. I'll go with an update, a short update whenever I think of it. But I just cannot remember what it was. I'm sorry. But yeah, there you have Reveal the Shield Wreck-gar. And size comparison, I don't really have anything in robot mode. I don't really have anything actually right now, but I can pull out Marvel Universe Hulk right here. You can see Hulk's it's a little bit shorter, and I don't know. Let's see. Here you go. Size comparison with the DC Universe Classics Superman, and the one being in the 2-pack that I already reviewed. So there you go. Reveal the Shield, Wreck-gar. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave comments and subscribe, rate. Thanks. See y'all later.